Archangel Michael says, "You have been warned enough times, now there are." My beloved child, if these words have reached your eyes today, do not dismiss them too quickly. There are moments in life when the universe seems silent, when every prayer feels unanswered, and when every step forward appears blocked by invisible walls. Yet there are also moments when a message arrives repeatedly, knocking on the door of your heart until you finally stop and listen. According to this inspirational story, Archangel Michael comes with a powerful reminder. This is not a message of fear. It is not a message of punishment. It is a message of awakening. For a long time, you have sensed that something needed to change. You felt it during sleepless nights. You felt it during moments of disappointment. You felt it when opportunities slipped away. You felt it when relationships became difficult. You felt it when your spirit whispered that you were meant for something greater. Again and again, signs appeared. Again and again, intuition spoke. Again and again, your heart tried to guide you. But life became busy. Distractions multiplied. Responsibilities increased. The voice within became quieter beneath the noise of everyday struggles. Now the message returned stronger than before. You have been warned enough times. Not because heaven is angry. Not because you are condemned. But because your destiny is too important to ignore. Every person carries a purpose. Every soul arrives with gifts. Every life contains hidden potential waiting to be activated. Yet many people spend years walking in circles, repeating the same mistakes, accepting the same limitations, and believing the same fears. The warnings are often simple. Stop doubting yourself. Stop settling for less. Stop allowing fear to control your decisions. Stop giving your energy to people who drain your spirit. Stop postponing the dreams placed within your heart. How many times have you promised yourself that tomorrow would be different? How many times have you said that you would finally take action? How many times have you waited for the perfect moment? The truth is that perfect moments rarely arrive. Action creates opportunity. Faith creates momentum. Courage creates transformation. Archangel Michael's message today is about recognizing that the season of delay is ending. Imagine standing before a door. Behind that door lies the future you have been hoping for. Peace. Growth. Healing. Abundance. Purpose. The door has always existed. The challenge is that fear has convinced you not to open it. Fear whispers that you are not ready. Fear whispers that you are not worthy. Fear whispers that failure is inevitable. But fear is not your destiny. Fear is merely a test. Every great transformation begins when a person decides that faith is stronger than fear. Perhaps you have experienced disappointment recently. Perhaps someone betrayed your trust. Perhaps a dream collapsed. Perhaps a relationship ended. Perhaps financial pressure became overwhelming. Perhaps exhaustion has followed you everywhere. If so, understand this. Your struggle is not the end of your story. Many of the strongest people in history walked through seasons of darkness before discovering their greatest purpose. The storm did not destroy them. The storm prepared them. Likewise, your challenges may be preparing you for a breakthrough greater than you can currently imagine. There are lessons hidden inside every obstacle. There is wisdom hidden inside every delay. There is strength hidden inside every trial. The warning that keeps appearing is not meant to scare you. It is meant to wake you up. Wake up to your value. Wake up to your gifts. Wake up to your calling. Wake up to the opportunities surrounding you. Wake up to the possibility that your future can be different from your past. Too many people remain trapped because they continue listening to voices that tell them what they cannot do. But the voice of courage says something different. It says, you can begin again. You can heal. You can learn. You can grow. You can overcome. You can succeed. You can become the person you were created to be. As you continue forward, remember that transformation rarely happens overnight. A mountain is climbed one step at a time. A garden grows one day at a time. A dream becomes reality through consistent action. Do not underestimate small progress. Small progress becomes significant progress. Significant progress becomes extraordinary results. The message today is clear. Pay attention. Listen carefully. Trust your inner wisdom. Release what no longer serves you. Move toward what inspires you. Choose faith over fear. Choose growth over comfort. Choose purpose over distraction. Because the warnings have appeared for a reason. The signs have repeated for a reason. The opportunities continue arriving for a reason. Your story is not finished. Your journey is not over. Your breakthrough may be closer than you think. And perhaps, just perhaps, this message is the reminder you needed to hear before the next chapter of your life begins. My beloved child, as you continue reading this message, understand that every great turning point begins with a moment of realization. There comes a day when a person can no longer pretend not to see what has been placed before them. There comes a day when excuses lose their power. There comes a day when the heart grows tired of waiting and finally chooses action. That day may be today. For years, perhaps you have carried burdens that were never meant to be yours forever. You carried the weight of old disappointments. You carried memories of mistakes. You carried the opinions of people who never truly understood your journey. You carried fear about the future. You carried regret about the past. And slowly, those burdens became so familiar that you forgot what it felt like to live without them. But hear this clearly. You were not created to spend your life carrying chains. You were created to rise. You were created to learn. You were created to grow beyond limitations. Many people believe that destiny arrives suddenly like a lightning bolt from the sky. But often destiny arrives quietly. It appears in the form of a decision. A conversation. A new habit. A courageous step. A moment when you refuse to surrender. These small moments change everything. Archangel Michael's message reminds you that heaven often speaks through repeated signs. Perhaps a certain idea keeps returning to your mind. Perhaps a dream refuses to leave your heart. Perhaps an opportunity continues appearing. Perhaps you keep feeling drawn toward a new direction. Do not ignore these impressions. Sometimes the path forward reveals itself gradually. You do not need to see the entire staircase. You only need enough light to take the next step. Too often people remain stuck because they demand certainty before moving forward. Yet certainty rarely comes first. Faith comes first. Action comes first. Courage comes first. Then clarity follows. Think of a traveler walking through darkness with a lantern. The lantern does not illuminate the entire road. It only reveals the next few steps. Yet step by step, the traveler reaches the destination. Life works much the same way. You may not know every detail of what lies ahead. You may not understand why certain events occurred. You may not know exactly how your dreams will unfold. But you can still move forward. You can still trust. You can still believe. The warning you have received repeatedly concerns one important truth. Do not allow fear to steal the future that belongs to you. Fear is one of the greatest obstacles to growth. Fear tells people to remain where they are. Fear tells people to avoid risks. Fear tells people to expect failure. Fear tells people that change is dangerous. Yet almost every meaningful achievement requires stepping beyond fear. Every successful person has felt uncertainty. Every courageous person has faced doubt. Every breakthrough begins with a choice to move forward despite fear. Remember this. Courage does not mean feeling no fear. Courage means refusing to let fear make your decisions. There may be individuals around you who discourage your progress. Some may criticize your dreams. Some may question your abilities. Some may project their own limitations onto you. Do not become distracted by these voices. People can only see from the level of understanding they possess. Their doubts do not define your future. Their fears do not determine your destiny. Their opinions do not limit what is possible for your life. The voice that matters most is the one within your spirit. The voice that encourages growth. The voice that inspires hope. The voice that calls you toward purpose. Listen carefully to that voice. Protect it. Strengthen it. Follow it. Because there are seasons when your greatest challenge is not external opposition. It is internal hesitation. Many blessings remain waiting on the other side of a decision. Many opportunities remain waiting on the other side of commitment. Many breakthroughs remain waiting on the other side of perseverance. Imagine a seed buried beneath the soil. At first, nothing appears to happen. Days pass. Weeks pass. The surface remains unchanged. Yet beneath the ground, roots are growing. Preparation is taking place. Development is occurring. Then one day the seed breaks through the surface. Growth becomes visible. Likewise, much of what is happening in your life may be invisible right now. Progress may be occurring beneath the surface. Strength may be developing. Wisdom may be increasing. Character may be forming. Do not mistake hidden growth for lack of growth. Sometimes the greatest transformations happen where human eyes cannot see them. This is why patience remains important. Patience is not passive waiting. Patience is active trust. It is continuing to move forward even when results seem delayed. It is maintaining faith during uncertainty. It is believing that your efforts matter. Your journey has not been wasted. Your struggles have not been meaningless. Your challenges have not been permanent. Each experience has contributed to who you are becoming. Each lesson has prepared you for future opportunities. Each obstacle has strengthened qualities within you. And now a new chapter approaches. A chapter requiring greater confidence. A chapter requiring greater focus. A chapter requiring greater faith. The warning has been repeated because the opportunity is real. Do not overlook what has been placed before you. Do not ignore what your heart already knows. Do not postpone the action that needs to be taken. The future is built through today's choices. The life you desire begins with decisions you make now. Stand taller. Think bigger. Believe deeper. Trust more fully. Because you are stronger than you realize. You are more capable than you believe. You are closer to your breakthrough than you imagine. And as this message continues, even greater revelations await. My beloved child, the message continues because there is something important your heart must understand. You have spent enough time looking backward. You have spent enough time replaying old conversations. You have spent enough time wondering what might have happened if certain choices had been different. The past contains lessons, but it does not contain your future. Many people remain trapped not because they lack ability, but because they refuse to release yesterday. They carry old disappointments into new opportunities. They carry old fears into new relationships. They carry old failures into new dreams. As a result, they unknowingly build walls around possibilities that were meant to bless them. Today, imagine setting down every burden that no longer serves your growth. Imagine releasing resentment. Imagine releasing regret. Imagine releasing guilt. Imagine releasing fear. Imagine releasing the belief that your best days are already behind you. Because they are not. The truth is that some of the most beautiful chapters of life begin after periods of great difficulty. A forest often grows stronger after a storm. A river becomes powerful by flowing around obstacles. A diamond forms under pressure. Likewise, your challenges may be shaping qualities within you that could not have developed any other way. Perhaps you have asked, why has this taken so long? Perhaps you have wondered why answers seem delayed. Perhaps you have questioned whether your efforts were making a difference. These questions are natural. Yet timing often works in ways we do not immediately understand. There are moments when preparation must happen before opportunity arrives. There are lessons that must be learned before greater responsibility can be entrusted. There are strengths that must be developed before larger doors can open. What feels like delay may actually be preparation. What feels like waiting may actually be growth. What feels like silence may actually be a season of becoming. Do not underestimate what is happening within you right now. Every challenge you overcome builds resilience. Every setback you survive builds wisdom. Every disappointment you endure builds character. And character is one of the most valuable treasures a person can possess. Success without character is fragile. Influence without character is dangerous. Achievement without character is empty. But when character and purpose work together, extraordinary things become possible. Archangel Michael's message today reminds you that your life carries significance. You may not always feel important. You may not always feel powerful. You may not always see the impact of your actions. Yet every act of kindness matters. Every word of encouragement matters. Every decision to choose integrity matters. Every moment of courage matters. The world is changed not only by dramatic events but also by ordinary people making meaningful choices every day. Never believe that your actions are too small to matter. A single spark can light a fire. A single seed can grow into a mighty tree. A single decision can alter the direction of an entire life. Your future is being shaped right now. Not tomorrow. Not next year. Today. Through your thoughts. Through your habits. Through your choices. Through your responses to challenges. Ask yourself, what kind of future am I creating? Am I feeding hope or fear? Am I nurturing growth or remaining stagnant? Am I pursuing purpose or avoiding it? These questions require honesty. Growth always begins with honesty. The moment you become honest about where you are, you gain the power to move toward where you want to be. Remember that perfection is not required. Progress is what matters. No one travels a flawless path. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone experiences setbacks. Everyone faces moments of doubt. The difference lies in persistence. Will you continue moving forward? Will you continue learning? Will you continue believing? Will you continue rising after each fall? If the answer is yes, then your story remains full of possibility. There may be people who underestimated you. There may be people who assumed you would never change. There may be people who expected you to remain exactly where you started. Let them think what they wish. Your journey is not determined by their expectations. Your future is not limited by their imagination. You do not need permission from others to pursue growth. You do not need approval from everyone to follow your purpose. You do not need universal support to move toward your calling. What you need is faith. Faith in your ability to learn. Faith in your ability to adapt. Faith in your ability to overcome. Faith that each step forward matters. The warnings you have received were not predictions of disaster. They were invitations to awakening. Invitations to become more aware. Invitations to become more intentional. Invitations to become more courageous. Invitations to become the person you were always capable of becoming. Now imagine standing at the edge of a new chapter. Behind you lies everything you have learned. Ahead of you lies everything you have yet to discover. The road may not be easy. The path may not be perfectly clear. But you are not the same person you once were. You have gained experience. You have gained wisdom. You have gained strength. You have survived challenges that once seemed impossible. You have overcome obstacles that once appeared overwhelming. You have already proven that you are capable of more than you realized. Carry that truth with you. Let it strengthen you during difficult moments. Let it encourage you when doubt appears. Let it remind you that growth is possible. Because the next chapter is not about fear. It is not about limitation. It is not about remaining stuck. It is about transformation. It is about courage. It is about faith. It is about stepping forward with confidence, knowing that every day offers another opportunity to become a stronger, wiser, and more purposeful version of yourself. The message continues, and greater insights are still ahead. My beloved child, as this message continues, there is something your spirit has been trying to tell you for a very long time. You are standing closer to a turning point than you realize. For many seasons, you have walked through uncertainty. There were days when you felt strong and confident, and there were days when doubt seemed to follow you everywhere. There were moments when hope filled your heart, and there were moments when you questioned whether your efforts would ever produce results. Yet through every challenge, every disappointment, and every delay, something remarkable has been happening. You have been changing. Not always in ways visible to the world. Not always in ways that others could recognize. But deep within, transformation has been taking place. The person you were a year ago is not the person you are today. The lessons you have learned have shaped your perspective. The challenges you have overcome have strengthened your character. The experiences you have endured have expanded your understanding. Even when progress seemed invisible, growth was occurring. This is one of life's greatest mysteries. Many people expect transformation to happen instantly. They expect dramatic change overnight. They expect every answer to arrive immediately. But true growth often happens gradually. It happens one decision at a time. One lesson at a time. One act of courage at a time. One day of perseverance at a time. Like a tree growing in a forest, the most important development often occurs beneath the surface before it becomes visible above the ground. The roots deepen before the branches expand. The foundation strengthens before the structure rises. Preparation comes before promotion. Development comes before destiny. Remember this whenever you feel discouraged. Remember this whenever progress appears slow. Remember this whenever you are tempted to quit. What seems like a delay may actually be preparation for something greater than you imagined. There are people who gave up moments before their breakthrough. There are dreamers who abandoned their vision because they became tired of waiting. There are talented individuals who settled for less because they underestimated their potential. Do not allow yourself to become one of them. The road ahead may still contain obstacles. It may still contain challenges. It may still require patience. But your story is far from over. A new chapter is approaching. And this chapter will require you to think differently than before. For too long, perhaps you have focused on what you lack. You focused on resources you did not possess. You focused on opportunities that had not appeared. You focused on doors that remained closed. You focused on people who failed to support you.